Welcome to Sunday Afternoon DOOGER. Let me know if the music is too loud or not loud enough. I was just looking at my hair and thinking, I should have done something with that. It's okay. Welcome, everybody. Hi. My hand smells like fish. No! I just gave a sprat to Peach, a dried one, as like a, please behave yourself while I'm working. I love you so much. And now my hand smells like dried sprat. Should have washed them. Oh well. It's a type of fish. They're like tiny little fish. So people will buy like bags of frozen sprats as like a really nice dog treat. It's easier for, at least for me, it's easier to find bags of dried ones. So I'll get a bag of a bunch of dried sprats, and that's like her like really like high quality treat. Sorry, God. My nose is all itchy now. I'm running outside. But they are stinky. They are stinky. Any of those like fish treats that you can give dogs, they smell so strongly of fish. Understandably. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Stinky, stinky fish. Yeah. I forgot to put, I don't know if it matters or if it does anything, but I figured I'd start doing it since I primarily VTube now. When I'm doing these streams, I'm trying to remember to put cam on in the title. Although I'm sure it's obvious once you see the thumbnail, but we brought dried fish for my cats and they stank. Yeah, I tried giving one to Sherlock, but he doesn't have teeth. So he just kind of went with gums on it for a little while and then left it somewhere in the house. And Watson didn't even want one. So they are exclusively for Peach. Lucky girl. Oh, I got to play with Ada. Speaking of dogs, I got to play with Ada a little bit today. She's so cute. She's gigantic. She's such a big dog already. This is my sister-in-law's dog. So Ada and Peach got to run around and play quite a bit. But I was like, oh my goodness. This dog is like 3 months old and is Peach's size. So he's got no teeths. He's got no teeths. And he's starting to slow down on eating in general now. But it is what it is. Give it their best try. Yeah, just did a little bit of and then left it. The lovely feeling of security having a food nobody else in the house likes. Yeah. Being like, this food is safe. It's only for me. That's how I feel about crunchy peanut butter. I'm the only one in our house that likes crunchy peanut butter. So when I buy it, I'm like, I don't have to worry about anybody using this. This is exclusively for me. Love that. All mine. Crunchy peanut butter is peak. It's so much better than smooth. I need the texture. We were talking about this when we were playing Sworn because I got the hiccups and Kelly was like, my most recent way to get rid of hiccups is to eat peanut butter, to just get a spoonful of peanut butter and try to just eat it. And it worked. The hiccups totally went away. And we were talking about like why that is. Probably because it's actually so hard to just eat peanut butter. It's a lot of like, you know. So like it's probably the way that you're like using all of those muscles and the way that you're breathing while you're trying to like swallow it and stuff. It probably just disrupts the hiccup reaction. Anyways, I was like, I wouldn't hate this quite so much if this if this was crunchy peanut butter. Yes, same for me. I'm the only one who will eat pickles, like gherkins, in our house, and sauerkraut. I'm the only one who will eat sauerkraut. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is a Dodger exclusive. Happy about that. That's fair. Well, I guess it depends. I was about to say, if I was making a peanut sauce, I'd probably want smooth. But I guess it kind of depends. I might still like for it to be crunchy. I don't know. I don't understand Americans who could just eat pickles by themselves. They're so good. They're so good. Oh my God. You go to a deli. You go to a deli with those like big honker pickles. Oh my God. But I think anybody who loves pickles, it doesn't take that many years on earth to learn that lots of people do not like them. Sam and I are one of those perfect pairs where if we go somewhere and they've put pickles on the plate, I know I'm getting 4 pickles. I could only hope for 2, but now I get 4, you know? So yeah, you know, like not everybody enjoys the like briny, salty sort of like pickle shit, you know. But I love it. I love it. And to be fair, I didn't like sauerkraut when I was really young, but I learned to love it because my dad always put sauerkraut on his hot dogs. I do not like the canned sauerkraut here, I've realized, and now I'm feeling like maybe I should try making my own because I can't find sauerkraut here that I like, sadly. And it's just fermented cabbage. So I doubt it's difficult. I've watched people make it before. Hi, Summer. It's really just cabbage and salt. Yeah. Doesn't UK get German food imports directly? All I know is I've tried 2 different canned sauerkrauts here, and I haven't liked either of them. And potentially, because this happens, potentially the flavor that I associate with sauerkraut is specific to like weird American sauerkraut. Potentially that's the issue. And I don't like what is normal sauerkraut here. I don't like peanut butter enough to bother making it. But yes, I've made peanut butter before. Out of curiosity, because I think the way that the ingredients split is really fun. The way that it like separates from the oil and then like reconstitutes and stuff. I think that's really fun. But I don't... Sam and Clark eat so much peanut butter. I eat it on a rare Tuesday once a month, you know? It's just like Chinese food. I don't like the Chinese food here. I really like the Chinese food in America. Neither of them are proper Chinese food. I'm not about to go to a person who's eaten food in China and even remotely imply that maybe American Chinese food is anything like normal Chinese food. But I grew up on American Chinese food. So for me, that's better, right? I don't like the Chinese food here very much. I've found things that I will eat, but I don't sit around craving English Chinese food. I love how anytime I criticize food, there's somebody who immediately is like, is it because you missed the corn syrup? Yeah, maybe. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But you guys need new American jokes. I do know that deep in my heart. Corn syrup, my beloved. Americans, they yearn for the corn syrup. A succulent Chinese meal. I haven't seen that video in forever. The kind of hunger only corn syrup can satisfy. I feel like if I move to another country, I deeply miss American and Southern barbecue. If you come out here, it's nowhere to be found, sadly. We had Mexican food last night for like our date night meal because a Mexican food place opened. And so I was doing bedtime and Sam was like, I'm going to go get us some Mexican food. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And we ate it and he looked at me and he was like, that was fine. And I was like, yeah, I'm satisfied. You know, but it was one of the, because normally Sam doesn't really mention anything about it, but like really there was like a sense of mourning in him, like, bro, we could go to a taco truck and get food with more flavor than this when we were in LA, and each taco would be like 50 fucking cents. Like I was like, I know, dude, I know. Sometimes that's just how it be, and we just make do, and we plan for the trip back to eat a lot of Mexican food, you know. Yes, I agree with Free that the Indian food out here is way better than the Indian food in America. 100% agree. Yeah, we're just very emotionally attached to food a lot of the times. And sometimes that's bad, right? But it happens to everybody. This feeling, if you move or spend a lot of time in a totally different place, you will eventually start like categorizing in your mind, like, these are things that I cannot find an equivalent for here. And you miss it, and you miss it a lot. And you'll sit there and be like, I just want egg flour soup from the Chinese place in my hometown so goddamn bad right now. You know? That's just how it is. That's just how it is. It's part of deciding to move somewhere else, as you get sort of like, not divorced from, but separated from the foods that brought you comfort. Oh, my family's been going to Italy yearly for like 20 years now due to relatives. We have a list of restaurants we must visit when there, and we order the same food. I love that. Oh my gosh, there's a place. We used to go to Lake Tahoe, which is a lovely place in California. My aunt and uncle lived there my whole childhood, and my mom and my aunt are twins. They're very close. So we would go there every single summer and spend 2 weeks with them every summer in Lake Tahoe. And I loved it. It was like my favorite part of the summer. But when we were there, we always had to go to the same Mexican restaurant. And there was a meal that I would get every single time I was there. And I was so excited. Like, I can't wait to go get this weird fucking shrimp meal. It was like a shrimp and rice thing. And I loved it. Oh, it was like whole cloves of garlic, and oh my God, I'm thinking about it now. They don't live there anymore. I have no reason to go, but like, oh my God, it was so good. Yeah, that's why. And this is like such a labor of love. This took so long for her, I'm sure. But I will forever be so grateful to my mom for taking the time to make a family recipes book for me. She made one for each of the kids, for me, my brother, and my sister. I've talked about this before, but like my sister and we're half siblings. And so she has some different recipes than I do, because my mom made sure to include some recipes from like her dad's side of the family into the book, which is so sweet and thoughtful. Yeah, it has all of my favorite meals growing up. It has how to make all of them. And I've thought before, I really should just like sit down and start just making all of them, because I used it to make the pot of beans. If you guys remember me talking about the pot of beans, I was so excited to make the beans. And the whole time it was cooking, because it's a really simple recipe, and I was so alarmed by how simple it was. And the whole time it was cooking, I was like, this isn't going to turn out right. I was convinced, because I think, and there's something to this, right? But like, I was like, there's no way that I can make this and it will taste the way that it tasted when my dad made it, because I'm a different person. And for some reason, I was like, that it will change things. It won't taste right. But when it was done and I took a bite, whoosh, it was like a cartoon. I was like flashed back to my house back in Oregon. I was like, oh my God, it tastes exactly the same. It was amazing. And I was like, I have got to. Yeah, Ratatouille moment, literally. Like, I've got to go through this, find all the recipes that I've been thinking about all the time, and just try to make them and see which ones I can easily recreate the way that I remember them being, you know? There are ones like my dad's enchilada sauce. My dad has a very obsessive personality about specific things. It's why he has been trying to like perfect his latte every morning for years now, right? He's also that way about enchiladas. So he had this one sauce at this one place like 30 years ago, maybe more, and was like, this is the best enchilada sauce I've ever had. I am going to recreate it at home. And so he makes it different every single time, and it's always delicious. But he does the like, he'll take a bite and be like, it's not right. You know? You know? So those sorts of things, it would still be good, but you know, with that, it was more in the experience of like, I wonder what it's going to taste like this time. I was so close. Yeah. The last time I was talking about this on stream, we were talking about the possibility that like, it's been too long, right? There's no way that he still like perfectly remembers how it tasted. And so at this point now, it's like the goalpost is constantly shifting. And what can you do about that? But yeah, if you're the sort of person that likes to, if you're a gift giver, if you like to you know, make like special, thoughtful things for other people if that like brings you a lot of joy. I don't know. Maybe like see if you can get a collection of recipes together and put them in a book for somebody who would appreciate that, you know? Because yeah, just even if you don't like to cook, just having access to like the how is huge, I think. I like your sweater. Where the dog at? The dog is sleeping inside. Thank you. I also like my sweater. Oh no, my sleeping schedule's messed up. Are you supposed to still be asleep? I don't know how to help you. I'm so sorry. My dad is very, I just chuck things in the pot. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Along with 101 Dalmatians and my dog Peach, I have managed to make this really horny sweater. Sinvicta, thank you for the raid, buddy. Perfect timing, by the way. Hey, what's up? I will not explain myself. I hope you're all having an amazing day, and I hope you had a good stream. We were chatting about food. Mm-hmm. I was saying how my dad has a couple of different recipes that are like, these are things that I will adjust for the rest of my life, sort of stuff. But both my mom and my dad, my mom's gonna watch this later. Feel free to defend yourself, mommy, if you want. But both my mom and my dad, I think, are very they like to do their cooking the same way each time, for the most part. My dad will make adjustments to specific recipes, but for the most part, they cook with specifics, I think. They're not like, maybe I'll try throwing this in there this time, you know? Which is great if you want consistency, which I did. I wanted to know that when I came home to a pot roast, it was going to taste exactly how I expected it to taste, you know? But I do think sometimes when I'm cooking, like for Clark and Sam, and I've just replaced 3 of the normal ingredients with 3 totally different ingredients, I'm like, I am not. Not that. I cook very differently. Curries, pasta sauces, chili. I love things like that because I can kind of look in the fridge, and at this point I have a general idea flavor-wise on like, I think that would go fine in there, right? I'm very comfy with just blending up vegetables and putting them in pasta sauce. I will throw all sorts of shit into chili, all sorts of shit into curry. And but I'm also very critical of my cooking. So like, I'll take a bite of it, and if I think that Sam and Clark are going to be like nasty, I'll be like, you know what? This didn't go well. I'll eat the leftovers of this. Let's do something different, you know? Which doesn't happen super often anymore, but it used to happen more often. Muzzy, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Yes, I do think that's true. learning like if you taste something and there's something missing sort of reaction, how do you fix it? Is there a fix for it, right? Knowing what to do in those situations can make or break whether or not you can like bring a meal back from the brink. Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, Clark and I tried to make a cake. We looked up a recipe that was like, everybody in the comments was like, this is foolproof. It turned out amazing. Clark really wanted to make a cake. She specifically wanted to make a cake for everybody else, which is very sweet. She was like, let's make a cake and then we can cut it up and we can give some to Nanny and some to Auntie and Daddy can have some when he wakes up. I was like, that's a great idea. That would be so fun. So we looked up this recipe and it was very like, this is foolproof. If ever there was proof that a person can excel at like cooking on a stove, but not excel at baking at all, we did everything exactly how it said. That shit came out so weird. Like the weirdest cake. The whole top was like bubbled. The whole top was bubbled. We turned it upside down to like release it from the cake pan. The other side looked fine. So we were like, okay, maybe the top is just weird. We open it up. The inside is like, I don't want to say that it's like gelatin, but it was like springy in a way that you don't want cake to be springy, you know? It was so strange. I ate a bunch of it because I realized no one else was going to eat this. Because Clark ate some and she was like, the texture is fucking weird. I was like, it is. The texture is weird. I will take the bullet and eat it because I don't want to throw a cake in the trash. And then Sam was like, Clark said you guys made cake. I'm so excited. And I was like, did she tell you that it turned out bad? Did she tell you that it was bad though? And he was like, no, she didn't tell me that part. I was like, okay, don't get too excited. It's a bad cake. I don't think it was over mixing because I have over mixed many times in my life. So I'm really careful about only mixing until things are combined. I don't know. And there's also just the element of any of you who cook with little kids, there's just the weird element of I was cooking with a 6-year-old. And shit just goes weird. Shit just goes weird when you're cooking with little kids sometimes. Too much heat, probably. The outside cooked too fast. I said it to what they said, but I want to try to do that same recipe, but by myself. Not so that I can poke my kid in the face and be like, it was you, but just to see like that many people in the comments being like, I've never successfully made a plain cake, but today I did. Like, why not me? Yeah, it's the chaos aura. 100%. Yeah. Whoa, camera. Whoa, camera. Tis camera. Yeah. I forgot. I got a new nail polish and I wanted to put it on. It's too late now. It's too late now. I could have been here with fabulous nails. But I'm not. We deal with the trials that we can, you know? Yeah, ours is also like an old Rangemaster, and it does not work very well. It has this weird like connection issue where the oven won't turn on unless I've had the stove on for about 10 minutes. So I have to turn the stove on, let the stove be on just with nothing on it for like 10 minutes, and then turn the oven on, and then it'll turn on fine. But if I try to just turn the oven on, it won't. The arcane magic of old stoves. Yeah. I know. It is weird. Huh. How did you figure that out? Because I thought the oven was broken and couldn't turn on. But then I was cooking something on the stove and Sam came in the room and I was like, our oven doesn't work. Here, look. Agas and Rangemasters are really weird about ovens. You have to like press specific buttons to like activate the ovens. So I like did the button press to activate the ovens and then turned the oven on and it turned on fine. And I was like, well, he was like, looks like it's working just fine to me. I was like, okay, I guess, sure. Next day, I went to turn the oven on and it wouldn't turn on. And so, you know, the mental process wasn't too long to be like, the big variable that was different is I was already cooking. I was already cooking on the top bit of this oven, right? So if I turn on the top bit, can I turn the oven on? So I turned on the top bit. I just put like water on it or something just to boil water. Turned it on, went to turn on the oven. Oven still wouldn't turn on. I was like, well, fuck. What the shit? Once the water was boiling, I tried again and the oven turned on. So I said, okay, we're starting to figure it out now. So if the stove has been on for about 10 minutes, the oven will turn on. Okay. Sure. That's fine. ZL, I believe is how I would say your name. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, guys. Haunted. Might be haunted. It needs to heat up first, like a car heater in the cold. I don't, you know, I don't know how machines work super well. But in a vague sense, I can justify it to myself, I guess. Like, there's a connection that isn't quite happening correctly on its own. But if the connection is like stable and made with another part of the oven, it can more easily connect to the oven itself. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just preheating the oven by turning on the stove, I guess. I don't know. It's gas. Probably some wiring that isn't making a connection until it's warm enough. Yeah. Yeah, that was another thing that I tried, was just like So there's a switch to turn the oven, the whole oven, on and off. Like just disconnect it. So if we're not using it, I just turn the whole thing off, which is why I have to do the like hotkey up, down, left, right to like activate the ovens, right? Because we don't just leave that on. But I've tried before just turning it on at the switch and leaving it alone and then trying to turn on the oven, and that doesn't work. I have to turn on the stove first. First time here, Chat is helping you diagnose your oven problems. Yeah, I have an old Rangemaster, like an AGA type oven, and it's finicky. It's a finicky boy. And I was talking with Sam, and I was like, I gotta be real with you. This makes me feel shitty because people love these sorts of ovens so much, but the finickiness that we're dealing with this guy and how difficult it is to clean it, I'm daydreaming about like modern ovens and stoves. like oh my God, I don't like it. It pisses me off. So I like that a couple of you guys clearly Googled it and posted the same thing. A problem with the thermocouple. I have no idea what a thermocouple is, but I'm down to look. That was me with my cast iron sink. I loved it when I bought my house. I had to swap it out because dishes constantly broke, especially with the kiddos. Yeah. Yeah. There's a balance in my mind because I do love old stuff. It makes it really difficult for me to upgrade things in our house because I think newer things have a lot less character, to be honest. But one of the things that's really nice about more modern stuff for the kitchen is it's usually safer and it's usually easier to clean. So the older it is, the stronger the machine spirit. I want that. I just don't want it to be a pain in my asshole all the time. A real hang-up's about throwing away something that's working fine. Yes. Sam and I get into like full-on arguments sometimes about, because his inclination sometimes is just to get rid of something. And I'll be like, you can fix it. It's fixable. It's fixable. Or look, like with this oven, I found a workaround. I can get the oven on eventually. I can get the oven on eventually. It's fine. But you know. In terms of the Rangemaster, it does comfort me a little bit knowing that people are so obsessed with these things that somebody will absolutely take it home. If I was like, does anybody want a Rangemaster that like works when it feels like it? People will be like, yes! Great. Take it away from me. Yeah. I think there's a good middle ground. Am I keeping this in my life and causing myself a bunch of extra stress when I'm never going to fix it and it's just going to be a pain in my asshole forever? Nobody look at the chair. I already pointed at it. It already feels bad. You know, does it make sense to upgrade to a new thing? Or is this an issue that is easily fixable? You know, You have to do the pros and cons for yourself. What happened to the chair? Oh, I hate this chair. I hate this chair. I bought this chair when we first moved to England, and it has broken on me so many times. And to be fair, ever since I started really laying into it about it and really being a bitch about it, it stopped breaking quite so often. I don't think it's broken in about a year. But I also have noticed that the way I sit in this chair is very different from how I used to because I don't trust it. I don't lean back in this chair. That's how Sam's snapped in half. I don't lean back in this chair. I sit like this. Fantastic for my posture, but I'd love to be able to just relax in my chair. I can't. I don't trust it. I have to be on my toes. Same with the armrests. It definitely happened on stream a couple times, but if I put pressure on the armrests, they'll snap off. So I don't do it really. If I'm like lifting myself up to adjust, it has to be quick. Has to be quick. Clark came in here the other day and went to sit on one of the armrests. And I was like, no! Don't do that. You'll die. Anyways. Yes. I do have classic dad energy that way. I don't like to get rid of something unless it feels like there's no coming back for it, you know? I've kept this chair around for so long despite the trust issues. Yeah, the machine spirit in this chair, vengeful. But we found a common ground. Cute haircut, thank you. I just washed it and then immediately came to stream and realized it was probably going to be a pain in the butt while I was streaming, but that's okay. I'm not sure if you give off hoarder or I can fix her vibes. I've been pretty open about my issues with stuff, I think. There is a lot of hoarding in my family, and I've worked really hard to not hoard. I've worked really, really hard to be better about it. At this point now, I would call myself a pack rat. I put things in little piles in the house and ignore them. Very bad habit. I don't like that at all. I've chosen a spot in the house where things that overwhelm me go. So there's one room in our house that's just like, fuck it. I don't want to deal with this right now. The doom room. Yeah. Yeah, I have a little bit of that. I have a little bit of that spice. And I don't like it, but I've worked very hard on it. And I'm very proud of myself for how I think about things differently, how I protect my own peace differently. But I still struggle with a lot of it. And that's okay. That's okay. I have the same thing. I'm stealing the name Doom Room. It's usually half projects that I got into way over my head. Yeah. Paper is a big issue for us. We have a lot of paper clutter. Yeah. Clark has asked if, because originally like half of our living room was turned into like a play area. And Clark has asked if we can just like pare down her toys and put all of the toys in her bedroom that we keep. And I was like, well, that would certainly make things a lot easier, wouldn't it? Well, that would certainly reduce the clutter downstairs by a significant amount. She has a huge dollhouse that she doesn't really... Sam got it for her when she was like 3 because she likes to play pretend. And he was like, oh my God, she'll love a dollhouse. Turns out not all kids enjoy dollhouses. She doesn't play with it, has never really played with it very much. And so I was chatting with her and I was like, what do you think about keeping the furniture and the dolls? I was talking about this with Thierry on stream, I think. What do you think about keeping the furniture and the dolls and getting rid of the house? And she was like, yeah, get rid of the house. Because that way she can still set up like a little tableau wherever she wants to play. But the house will be gone, and the house takes up so much room. Sometimes it's good to just like be like, how can we not get rid of the whole system? Just the part of the system that isn't working, you know? We had talked before when she was like really in a Lego phase. We had talked about doing not to reuse the same word immediately, but making like a little picture, a little tableau out of like Lego and toys and stuff that reflects like the season we're in or the holiday, right? And we both really liked that idea, but we just haven't committed the time to it. But I think that would be really cute still. Yeah, I get that. Because like a lot of times I think people can look at their home, at their living situation, whatever, and can see things and go, I don't want this anymore. But we don't want to be irresponsible about how we get rid of it, right? So then it becomes a series of tasks beyond just throw it out. Were you planning on opening the package today? I don't mean to rush. I was just wondering since I probably won't be here next week. I was going to, yes. Yeah. What time is it? Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. Yeah. We shall open it today. Are you going to be here for the next hour? Or should I grab it now? I can grab it now. Yeah, like Jeannie was like trying so hard to get a package to me for an eternity. And we finally sorted it out and it finally got to me. But yeah, because we have a thing in... Actually, you know what? Let's just talk about the dollhouse. So I was like, okay, it's a dollhouse. And it works fine, and there's nothing broken on it. So clearly, this needs to go to a kid who would like a dollhouse, right? So first, it turned into going to the kid group chat that I'm in for Clark's schoolmates, and also our family group chat, and being like, does anybody want this? No one did. So then it was like, okay, so now I can, I guess, go back on Facebook now that I've deleted it, get back on Facebook, be like, does anybody want this? Right? Like it becomes tasks then. And then even when somebody wants it, you have to figure out like, okay, can you come get it? You know, like it feels like, and if you have a lot of things like that, yeah, it can feel overwhelming to just like get rid of the thing, because it's not as simple as get rid of the thing. It's find a new home for the thing maybe, or sort the thing so that it does get thrown out, but gets thrown out in the correct way, or, you know, yeah. Not this dollhouse. I wouldn't drop off to a charity shop now. It's huge. I would want someone to come get it. I can't put this dollhouse in my car. It won't fit. It's huge because Sam is a go big or go home person. And so he decided he wanted to get a dollhouse and just went so hard on what dollhouse he got. And it should have been a life lesson because she didn't really play with it. It should have been sometimes when we go hard, it's a mistake. But yeah, clothes, I absolutely take to clothing drop-off points. And there are tons of those. Yeah. It's just the stuff that's like gigantic. Or like there's we have a thing in our bedroom that's broken. It's been broken since it was given to us. When we moved here, some of Sam's siblings had furniture that they didn't want anymore, so they just gave us their furniture, which was great. And what do you mean an ad? I ran plenty of ads, thank you very much. Anyways, the thing that we got to put like the TV on, I don't know what you would call that. It was broken. It was always broken. It's been broken since the dawn of time. And sometimes when things are broken, they just continue to get more broken. So it was broken and then it was brokener. Yeah. And now I'm like, what do we do? How do we get rid of this dumb broken thing that's like super broken? And if it was like, I don't know, made out of nice wood or something, I would probably figure out a way to fix it. But it's not. So it's just kind of all of the bits are like splitting and I don't think I can save it. So now I don't know what to do with it. Like, do we take it to the tip? Can we take it to the tip? Maybe. I don't know. I just drill every TV into the wall. The tip is like the dumps. If you're in an area of America where they call it the dumps. The tip is just like a general waste, recycling, whatever place. Do the chickens need one? You know what? That's actually such a funny thing to ask. They might really like having that in there, in the coop, because they can jump up on it. I'm just wondering how bad the water damage will be after a while. I was thinking the dollhouse in the coop. No, the dollhouse is really nice and it's in fantastic condition. And I would love for a child to play with the dollhouse as what it was built for. It was made for child hands, you know? It's made of particle board. So all the bits are just kind of like splitting. Is there a nursery you could donate it to? I could ask around. The point that I was making and agreeing to with somebody else in chat was that it's not as simple. When you struggle with stuff, it's not always as simple as, well, let's just get rid of it. You know, There, you have to specify to yourself, like, how am I getting rid of each of these things? I don't think so. The chickens already deal with so much, like, bark dust and their bedding and stuff. Like, I think they're breathing in wood particles all the time. I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll do some research, shall I? Have a bonfire and burn it. Sure. Love the Maya pillow, by the way. Bro, Peach has decided that she loves that pillow, and I had to save it. I went in there to say something to Sam, and Peach was, like, curled up with it, and I was like, has Peach bitten that pillow? And he was like, I don't know. Like, okay. So I went to look, and she had, so I have to fix it now. He's like, she just likes it because your face is on it. I was like, I don't care. I don't want her ruining the Maya pillow. I know, the poor Maya pillow. It got some snuggles, but it also got bit because sometimes dogs bite things that they like. Because sometimes dogs go, I love this thing, and then they need to bite it. Just like me. You goofball. Okay. I will be right back. One sec. I'm gonna let this ad run. Barf. I'm gonna let this ad run, and then I'm gonna grab the package because I accidentally left it inside. So one sec.
Hello, I'm back. And I have a package.
I almost clicked the wrong thing. Hello. My kid begged for porridge for lunch, and I was like, sure, no problem. It's an easy thing for me to make for you, my sweet darling. Ooh, she's just been like sitting and reading for most of the weekend, which is great. So it's like, you know what, kiddo? Feel free. Keep sitting there reading. I'll make you some porridge. And I was like, but the last time I made you porridge, it just sat there because you forgot it was there. So please remember to eat it. She's like, I promise. So I went in just now, and what do I see? A bowl full of porridge. I was like, girl, you didn't eat it. She was like, I'm sorry. Womp womp. She's reading the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. Not what I ever would have thought she would find enjoyable. She loves them. She loves them. And they're like decently long. They're like around 200 pages each, with like lots of big pictures on, you know, all the, because the idea is you're going through this kid's diary and he loves to draw pictures, so he draws all over it, right? But she loves them. She can read like an entire one in a day if she has nothing else to do, really. She loves them, which is great. It's so awesome for her to have found a book series that she likes. I got her the first Hilda comic because we really like Hilda. And it was really short, considering how much it was. It took her like 10 minutes to read the whole thing. And I was like, I'm not going to bother buying the next one of those. That was not nearly enough bang for buck. Okay. Love Hilda. I want more in there, though. Oh, our niece and nephew are coming to visit. We're going to start a tradition of giving her a book each time she comes over. That's lovely. That's a great idea. Okay, so Light Genie sent me this package forever ago. It got stuck at a shipping depot and then got sent back and had to be resent again. Got stuck at the same depot. So I went and grabbed it, and we've recovered it. It didn't get lost. It didn't get sent back again. We finally have it, so I'm gonna open it, okay? I love pull tabs. I'm sure there's something horribly wasteful about them, but I love them. Oh my goodness, what's in here? Having trouble with the tape. What the shit? Yeah! Come on, man. We forced it. We forced the situation. We forced the situation. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. Oh. But I'll read to you what made me laugh in a second. So postcard. I love it. Contains something sweet, something sour, something to dip your potato chips and salty snacks, something to snuffkinify the green hat, And a surprise from Light Genie. Cute! Oh my gosh. And then this made me laugh. Hello, Doogs. Adding to the previous message / postcard. Is it bad if I say that I don't ever want to see this package on my doorstep again? Everything included in here can be shown or read on stream if you want. I swapped some of the edibles for new versions since it's been a while since I first tried sending these and the previous items were consumed. Also added is a little Christmas present I made for you. Hopefully the size is all right. Thank you for bringing laughter in my life. There were moments last year when it was needed. Wishing you and your family a great year. Aww. Oh! Women's are always a lovely surprise. Oh my gosh! Right after saying that? We're Moomin Maxing fruit candies with little Mai. I'm gonna give those to Clarky. Sour Coke bottles. I'm gonna eat one now. Is this for my hat? Where is it? Oh my god. Gus comes in here and messes with shit over there all the time. Hold on. 1 second. Yeah. My hat. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Is this to like tie around? Look! This is so cute! This is so good! I love it. Look at that! It fit perfect. Hold on, this little guy needs to be twisted, I think. And these guys? How cute. That is amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, sorry. Okay. I feel like I've had this before. Sour and salty hot rings. Salty licorice, lemon lime licorice, and kiwi strawberry licorice. Which one should I have? I don't want the salty one. Lemon lime or kiwi strawberry. Always good when there's a warning on it. Yeah. I'm scared. Not for my mouth, but for like future me that has to poop later. Ooh. The licorice smell is strong. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the red and brown one, I think is what we want. That. Mmm. That's so good. They're not that spicy. Really good. Mm-hmm. Big fan. Dippy Taco and Dippy American. What is Dippy American? I'm wondering if it's gonna be like ranchish. I feel like ranch is very associated with Americans. Dippy. Mixed with sour cream or creme fraiche. Or you can flavor butter. Ooh. I'm gonna try the next one. The lemon lime. Give me a blue boy. Where are the blue boys? I require a blue boy. There we go. That one tastes like alcohol. Mm-hmm. Chocolate? Washi tape? Mushroom washi tape. Cute. Clark has started using washi tape a lot. Oh my gosh. What are all of these? We just read the book with this illustration in it. And we were like laying in bed trying to see how much we could like find in the picture. What incredible timing. That's so pretty. I love that. I love that so much. Oh my gosh. A wooden little Mai? Stop it. Cute, cute. I love that. I didn't put any labels on there. I thought Clark might like the couple little Mai things for sure. Yeah, she's been really upset because the last couple Moomin books we've read, little Mai isn't in them. So I promised her I would figure out which books have little Mai in them so we could read one with little Mai in it. It's the Jockster! Jocksler? I can't remember his name. It's Snufkin's dad. Cute. And the Maya moon! I didn't even notice the Maya moon! What a jump scare. Holy goodness. It'll haunt me forever. Oh my my goodness, that is so funny. Okay, and then this I believe is the Christmas gift. Okay, now I have to do the salty one. Salty Licorice and I are like sometimes friends and sometimes not. The salty ones are easier to chew by far. Honestly, all of those are pretty good. The lemon lime ones, the second you eat it, it feels like you're taking a shot of something. That's very pretty. That was on the wrapping. Like attached to the ribbon. Now I'm gonna have another Coke bottle. Ooh, or a spyglass? Wrong eye! Sometimes when you're looking at yourself in a mirror, in a camera, you don't know which eye is which, okay? Oh my gosh, are they for Hannies? I love them. I love them. Thank you so much. Real life gamer mitt covers. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for all of this. I'm so sorry for the trouble getting it to me. I appreciate it so much. Look. They're so cute. I will bet you, I don't know, like $5 million that Clark will see these and be like, those are mine now. So I might have to just leave them in here. You're very welcome. Thank you again for picking them up. I love it so much. And also, yeah, it's no one's fault that packages just get stuck. It's the unfortunate, like, aspect of using a PO box is some companies are just going to refuse to deliver to them. And so I never meant to make that your problem. And I appreciate you resending it. It was very lovely. Hi, Brett. It's my Snufkin hat. And now it's got accoutrement. Dare Dodger wear this outfit for tonight's Sunforge? You're not gonna dare me to do nothing. No dares necessary. This color of orange is like my fave. Brett, can I show you something funny? It's a package to make America dip. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna find out. Yeah, my freedom dip. My freedom dip. That's what I said. I am assuming this is ranch. Because you mix it with sour cream. It says sour cream or creme fraiche. And I think in the end, it'll probably be ranch. I would just open it and sniff it because all Americans know what ranch mix smells like. But then it's open. Then the wild is inside of it, you know? American flavor is ranch. Yeah, apparently most countries just don't have ranch. They have American. Yeah. What does ranch smell like? That's so hard. I'm not sure. It's just ranch. I'm not sure. It smells like America. Are original Doritos in the UK ranch, or are they an off-brand ranch? They don't, none of them say ranch on them. There's the cheese Doritos. Wait a second. I'm just realizing now. Hold on. No, I guess they are called Cool Original. Which is weird because I don't think we think of Cool Ranch as the original Doritos flavor. We think of the nacho cheese ones, right? Or the like cheesy ones as the like kind of baseline Doritos. British Doritos taste different. Also true. I don't have quite the urge to lick Doritos here as I do in America. Ranch isn't zingy though. No. Ranch is a pretty tame dip or like sauce. Ranch has vinegar. It does not taste super tart or like zingy from the vinegar. I mean, if people want to counter me in chat, feel free. But I would not consider ranch to be like zingy. The Ranch Wars. Yeah, in America, people put ranch on pizza a lot. Or like dip their pizza into ranch. Don't knock until you try it, dude. I'm not a fan, but I've tried it, so I'm allowed to knock it. You're not allowed. Isn't it a salad dressing? It's whatever you want it to be. But I would say it's used equally as salad dressing and dip. Who's on the mug? My brother! Jared Lawson from his One Man and His Piano UK tour of 2023. Look at him. What a handsome fellow. What a cool Jasmine. Yeah, he's a musician. And for some reason, his music does really well in the United Kingdom. So he, once a year, makes sure to come out here and do a few shows, which is cool. So I can typically see him like once a year-ish. And some nice hair. Yeah. Yeah, he does like funk and jazz music. He hasn't seen Clark in a couple of years. The last time that I saw him, I just saw him on my own. But we're hoping next time he's here that he'll be doing a show that's close enough that Clarky and I can go together. He performed at my country's biggest jazz festival. I wish I had known at the time. I would have gone to see him. Yeah, he tries to make it out and do a few shows in Europe. Like I said, like once a year-ish. So in 2023, it made more sense financially for him to just come out on his own. But he'll try to come out with his band if he can. But yeah, he's cute. You know, he's married now and stuff. Will you play the new Elden Ring? I didn't play the OG Elden Ring. I didn't play Elden Ring the first. I guess that's a roundabout way of saying no, because I would have so much I needed to do before I got there. The command. No, you know what I'm excited for? More oily Timmy. I can't wait. I can't wait, dude. Didn't even sniff it, I know. Oh, hi, Dodger. How are you today? Have to drop in, say hi, and that I'm a big fan of the content, but unfortunately I don't get time to be in chat as much as I want. I'm normally AFK/lurking. I adore the lurking vibes. Please don't feel bad coming by just to lurk. I lurk almost every time I'm watching a stream. But thank you. Yeah, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. Delighted that you're able to say hey today. Any plans to play the Liza P DLC? That's what I was just saying. Oily Timmy, back in our lives. Yes. Whomst is Oily Timmy? That was our term for the player character in Lies of P. Because when the trailer for Lies of P first came out, a bunch of people were like, I can't believe they got Timothée Chalamet to be the main character of Lies of P. And so when I was playing the demo, I started just calling the main character Timmy. And then somebody in chat called him Oily Timmy, and now here we are. And now he's Oily Timmy. Slick Tim. I forgot. Every time that we played that game, we like called him something different. Yeah. Yeah. Old Slippery Thomas. And his alter ego, Donkus Bonkus. I don't know what I'm gonna do without the Donkus Bonkus hat to put on when I get too tilted. Is it really related to Pinocchio? Yes, and it's very good. It's so good, actually. I loved Lies of P. I think anybody that likes Souls-like games should play Lies of P. The boss fights were actually so fun and interesting. I loved the world building. That game was way longer than I expected it to be. It was great. I loved it. Moist Tim. Have you seen the Crab Souls like? If it's the one that, if we're thinking of the same one, yes, I've beaten it. Can I ask where you got the rug? I don't remember. I don't remember. I might have gotten it at Home Goods. It came with the house. It was just already here, dude. I sure did get it somewhere. Could there be more than one Crab Souls-like game? You know, oddly enough, yes. First time here. The first time I saw you was on Dropped Frames. Thank you, Mike. Welcome. We've had a lot of people swing by after Dropped Frames, which is so sweet. Yeah, I think there is more than one because I think someone was talking about a Crab Souls-like game, and I assumed they were talking about another Crab's Treasure, which is the one that I played. And it turned out they weren't talking about that game. I was like, weird that two different developers decided to make a crab-based action game. Is that the lamb in the background? Right there, yeah. This is the Cult of the Lamb blanket, too. Normally I have it just like, you know, artistically splayed in the background, but I was fucking freezing. So I grabbed it and used it as a proper blanket. There's a demand, I guess so. Yeah, big demand for crab-based games. Huh. I wonder what my first Dodger video was. Probably Lucius. Oh my gosh. Guys, the first Lucius game was such an experience. And then every Lucius game after that was an insane fumble. Like, I remember those videos. Yeah. Yeah, there was a crazy scene in the last one that made me literally just stop playing the game. I was streaming it at the time and I was like, holy shit. It was one of those situations where, like, clearly they wanted to get across that this kid was evil incarnate, but, like, the execution was so tasteless. The Lucius games. The first one was amazing because in the first one, it was this, you know what it was? This is Prison Break. This is Prison Break. The first season of Prison Break, when the theme is they're boys in prison, can they break? The first Lucius game is he's Satan. He's Satan. How long can he get away with being Satan before people notice? You know? So in the first Lucius game, you are a child. It's very a la The Omen, right? Like you're a child who has been gifted with satanic power. And every step of the game is you trying to murder someone in the house without getting caught. And there's a point in the game where you're like, bro, I'm running out of people to kill. Like, what's the plan here? And the plan is to just keep killing people, literally. So the whole game, it like escalates in such a fun, crazy way because you're a Satan child from like a million movies, right? You're a little Satan baby. And sometimes Satan visits you and is like, hey, how you doing, kiddo? Right? And it's just crazy. It's a crazy game. And at the end, I was like, that was a fucking crazy game. But I had a fantastic time. And then they were like, we want to make another one. And I think the idea was okay. It basically started up right after the first one. And there's so many different directions they could have gone with it, but the execution was just a disaster. And then the story went in a direction that was also a disaster. And I was like, okay. Okay. I would play another game that was like Lucius, the first one, 100%. Yeah, the second one was very janky. The first one was not a work of art, but it wasn't like super buggy. And the bugs that did happen, like with people catching you and stuff, were just kind of funny if I recall correctly, you know? Anyways, first one, good concept, and honestly, the best execution it could have had. Second one, good concept, bad execution. Third one, bad concept, bad execution. So. They just weren't sure how to get across that this child was evil. So they just started throwing shit out there. How did we even get 3 games out of that? You know, again, I watched a lot of Prison Break. You know, it's not that hard to entertain me, okay? But with a show, you're just kind of sitting back and watching the train wreck, you know? And maybe at a certain point you're like, that's it for me. I'm good now, I think. With a game, it comes with the added element of like, you're in the train wreck and you have less patience for it. You know? Prison Break is awesome. I watched a lot of Prison Break. I certainly did watch a lot of Prison Break. There are a lot of shows I can have that reaction to. If somebody was like, you know what show I love? Riverdale. And I can be like, I watched a lot of Riverdale. I certainly did. I did watch every season of Teen Wolf. I did watch all of those, yeah. Yeah, Prison Break just kept going, dude. And here's the point that I'm making, I guess. Clearly, they were doing enough right that it was still entertaining enough to have that many seasons, right? But I would maintain that the first season was the most cohesive. The first season made the most sense and had the clearest concept, right? The first Lucius game was the most cohesive, made the most sense, and had the clearest concept. I thought they broke out of prison by the end of the first season. They did. That's why when the second season came out, we were all like, prison broke? Spoilers, I guess. You should still watch it. It's great. The first season, specifically, is so good. Prison broke. Mm-hmm. Yeah. People pitching alternate titles for Prison Break in chat. Very good, very good. Oops. All prisons. Gonna need the light novel title. I got a tattoo to break out of prison. And then once I was out, I went to Mexico and had to go back to prison. We're just spoiling the whole show at this point. You should still watch it. Wentworth Miller, in prisons, around prisons, on top of prisons, under prisons. Prison Break. Oops, more prison. No, he gets... Here's the pitch, okay? Here's the pitch of Prison Break. Wentworth Miller, a very successful and extremely intelligent man. His name isn't Wentworth Miller in the show, but that's the actor. He gets a tattoo on himself that is an artistic portrayal of the blueprints of a prison, and then goes to prison on purpose in order to break out of it. For what reason? I guess you can find out by watching the show. Shh! I guess you can find out by watching the show. Can't believe you guys are telling me that I'm spoiling it now. For the banter. He was bored. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just thought it would be a fun, goofy time. He was like, things just don't excite me anymore. I'm going to go to prison. Anyways, the first season's really interesting. The first season is so fun. And the next seasons are also fun. First season's peak, though. Oh, you know what else? Another show that I feel kind of this way about? Heroes. God, the first season of Heroes was so good. I watched all of Heroes. I've watched all of Heroes now. And the first season is so good. Heroes was a casualty of the writer's strike. That's true. You know what? That's so true. And I forget that looking back. As someone who hasn't watched all of the shows just mentioned, which shows should I also drop after season 1? That's going to be really debatable, right? I also came here from Dropped Frames. On the topic of good shows that go off the cliff, I present to you Lost. My girlfriend is watching it right now. Mm-hmm. Yes. Lost is a great one. Misfits, what a good shout. Absolutely. Misfits comes with a lot of warnings that I would not be able to recall perfectly anymore at this point, but the first season of Misfits is fantastic, and it absolutely goes off the rails. Supernatural, I would say Supernatural, you should stop when they intended to stop it, which I think is season 6 is where it was supposed to end, I believe. Season 5. So at the end of season 5, when it feels like a beautiful natural ending, and then you're like, why are there so many seasons after this? Just stop. Just stop. And don't keep watching. I know, like Jeannie in chat made this for me to put on my Snufkin hat. And made these. Isn't it cute? I love it. This is just who I am now. Westworld was something you could probably drop after season 1. Was there more than one season? I'm not saying this to be a shit. Did they do more than one season of Westworld? Unfortunately, yes. Damn. I did not realize that they continued. Remember Amanda saying about Teen Wolf to stop at season 3. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to look up when something happens in Teen Wolf. What season does this happen? Season 3. Okay, yeah. After season 3, you can stop. After season 3, you can absolutely stop Teen Wolf. Someone was saying a pretty good indicator that a show isn't going to continue the way that you want it to is if the actors start disappearing. I think that is a pretty good indicator. I think sometimes the actors start disappearing after the show has already taken a pretty big dip. And that, if I recall correctly, is what happens with Teen Wolf. Where the show starts to dip and you're like, they could still save it though, because all my faves are here. And then your faves start leaving. And you're like, okay, so actually we can't do anything to fix this anymore. The Magicians. The Magicians is classic. We used to have Magicians nights at our house. Criken would come over and we'd all sit on the couch and watch Magicians. I haven't watched the last season of Umbrella Academy either, but I have watched a couple of YouTube videos that are like pretty harsh takedowns of it. Which bummed me out big time. Because I loved the first couple seasons of Umbrella Academy, to be honest. And I just hadn't taken the time to like sit and watch New Umbrella Academy. But then I saw everybody being like, wow, what the fuck happened with this show? Yeah. Anyway, I'll probably still watch it at some point. But now I feel like I can go into it, like I kind of know what's going to happen, you know? I don't think it was that bad, but you can clearly tell they were given just enough money to wrap it up. That's also fair. Sometimes you can tell that, huh? When it's like, okay, end it now. Come on. I should probably speaking of, I should probably end the stream, but I did want to say really quickly, somebody in our Discord in TV shows posted a thing that said Taylor Lautner will star in an Amazon series titled Taylor Lautner Werewolf Hunter. That's set in an alternate reality where after filming the Twilight films, he joins a secret society of werewolf trackers. And I was like, this can't be real. But I love that concept. And if it is real, I'm so excited. Like, talk about burning the lens, right? Like staring right at yourself in the camera. It's so funny. It is real. It's in the works. I can't wait. It's on Amazon. We might be able to watch it together, to be honest. Please, let us watch party it. We live in a strange ass timeline. True. Charmed was my absolute favorite. It went on for far too many seasons, but I enjoyed them all. Oh my gosh. Charmed and Supernatural. Not Supernatural. Charmed and Smallville. I watched every season of Smallville. I don't regret it, but I wouldn't tell anyone else to do that. You know? I wouldn't tell anybody else to do that. It's good though. It's not good forever. Don't lie to the people. It's not good forever. We know that, okay? Charm sends me back. Mm-hmm. Delicious. They ran out of things to do with the story. Someone was just getting kidnapped every other episode. Yeah. It also... Teen Wolf did this too. It also turned into the like... Who else in this town can we turn into a monster of the week, right? Who else can we give magic to? We need to spice it up a little bit here. And sometimes then they'd go, no, that didn't work. Let's retcon that. They don't have the power anymore. It got taken away. We're done. It's done. Lex and Clark just needed to smooch. They're not ready for that conversation. They're not ready for that conversation. There were a couple of very strange movies I wound up watching, though, because I really enjoyed Michael Rosenbaum in Smallville. I wound up watching a couple of really weird movies that he's been in. Yeah, a lot of these shows, my mom, my brother, and I would all like sit and watch them together. It was like the thing that we all did together every week. I have a vivid memory of the newest episode of Smallville coming on TV and us being like, Jared, Smallville's starting, Jared! And he was so pissed that by the time he sat down, the show had already started. Like, it fucking ruined his week. Appointment TV was a different world, right? It is not conceptually something that kids, and I have a child, so I know this, but like kids really have a hard time conceptualizing. Like, a show comes on at a certain time and you watch it at that time and then it's done, and you can't go back and rewatch it unless you've recorded it, right? That is not a thing really anymore. I would run my ass off the school bus to catch Sailor Moon. Absolutely. Okay, I'm so sorry. I do need to wrap up. We got Sunforged this evening. If any of you guys watch that, it's a D&D show on Joe Fudge's channel. That happens at 8:30 p.m. England time, GMT. If you'd like to watch that on twitch.tv/Joe Fudge. And otherwise, I think all of our normal streams are happening this week. I think we've got a couple of extra evening things that we're going to do. We're not recording Deadbeats this week, so Summer and I are going to play TFT on Thursday night. And maybe another night as well. I'm trying to schedule a separate thing also for the evening. So, yeah. No, thank you for watching. Thanks for being here, guys. Yeah, I still love doing these, even though they're short. I still love doing these little streams on the weekends. They're nice. First one I've been able to catch. This is fun. Thank you so much. I hope that we'll see you again. As a reminder, this is like my one stream that I do on camera now. The rest of the streams, I'm a mushroom. The rest of the streams, I'm a little mushroom thing. So, yeah. You know, pick your poison. That's my nephew. I was like, who's honking outside? And I went, it's my nephew. He's on his quad bike. He's so cool. He's so cool, dude. All right, Megatron, thank you for the 99 months. Barebones for the 37. Saiyan Adam for the 102. Sprinkle the Lich King for the 43. Pokemon Trainer for the 9. Happy Twitch, baby. Sinvicta, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. If you came over on a raid today, I hope you had a nice time. I hope we'll see you again. Muzzy, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Crummler for the 107. Xaven for the 100. ZL, thank you for the raid as well. Stalker Mike for the 9. Happy Twitch baby. Crabat for the 64. Ectrix for the 88. Jerry Reg for the gifted sub, thank you. Altair for the 51. Board Geek for the 129. J-Cats for the 56. Vore Nuvos for the 64. Tana O'Neill for the 68. And Delbin, thank you for subscribing right at the end here. Welcome to the Cat Gang, everybody who's new. If you came over to watch from Dropped Frames, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was looking at the comment section on that video, on the Dropped Frames episode, and everyone was so sweet. So many really sweet comments on that video. It really surprised me. It was delightful. So yeah, thank you all very much. I appreciate the support. I hope that you'll swing by more often. We would love to have you. Our community is very lovely. I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna be doing this week. I'm gonna figure it out. I had planned on playing the Urban Myth Disillusion Center, but it sounds like we have to play that in April if we want to be able to play the whole thing and not get dinged by the company. They don't want people streaming the whole game this month, so that people don't get spoiled on stuff. And that's fine. I'm happy to oblige and wait until April. That's okay. But it does mean I have to figure out something else to play. But we've also got, is this week demos? I think there's a Next Fest this week, right? Oh, next week? Okay. Next week. So we're going to be setting up in the Discord the forum system again for people to suggest demos. But that's it. That's it for me. Let's see. Uh-oh, 2 raid leaders. Rikachiki, I'm so sorry. Somebody already grabbed it, so I'm going to give your points back. Beep. Let's see. We're gonna go raid Joy Eileen, who is playing Stardew Valley, but there's just a cat on the screen right now, which is very cute. So if you just want to go look at a cat and maybe some Stardew Valley eventually, follow the raid. Otherwise, have a lovely day. I'll see you guys for Sunforge, or I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you when I see you. Okay? Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.